Well, gents, let us get to your stock picks. We have about 30 seconds each. Ricus, what are you choosing?
Well, first of all, it's because the graph looks terrific, and it's Grindrod. But apart from that, I was looking through Afrimat and Robex's results today, and their commentary generally on, Afrimat's their iron ore and specifically to do with logistics.
Yeah.
And I think Grindrod, specifically with their new CEO, Booysen, that's been appointed from Transnet, the takeover of the Maputo terminal, basically buying out minorities there, their concentration on high-end technical services at a decent cost. There's a lot that they have to manage at the moment, but I think the environment that they are in, whether it be the rail support, Richards Bay coal terminal, all of these things are starting to look very good from a macro perspective, and then for the company itself. Okay. It's not cheap, the company, I mean, but if things go right on the ground, they should benefit. And I think the price is telling us something, having gone to a 52-week high. So, it's not a granny stock, but I think it's a very interesting trading stock at the moment.
All right. Gary, 20 seconds, your stock pick.
I'm going to go with AdvTech. We like the private education space. I think, the private education trends in South Africa are very strong. Their African expansion, from what we can tell, is going very, very well as well. It's a play into the demographic dividend in Africa if you're looking longer term. You look at their 5-year earnings growth. It's around just under 11%, but that also takes into account the COVID period, which obviously we did see a little bit of a dip in their earnings. You take it after the COVID period, and it just shows how much, taking a specific point in time changes things. That escalates materially. It's not particularly expensive compared to something like Stadio. We like Stadio as well, don't get me wrong, but at 30 times earnings on Stadio and 15, call it just sub 16 times earnings on AdvTech, I think there's a valuation play here, and I think you could see that gap narrow. Year-to-date return on Stadio, you're looking at 60%, AdvTech only 3.5%. And now AdvTech doesn't quite have the growth story that Stadio has going for it, but it's also certainly not resting on its laurels as it expands into Africa. So they have a strong growth track record. I would play that pair. I would say buy AdvTech at this stage. You should be okay. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for your time and for your analysis, gents. Always appreciated. That is all for tonight's Stock Watch. Thanks to our guests, Ricus Reeders from PSG Hole in One Ruimsig and Gary Booysen from Rand Swiss. Up next, the close. Stay watching.
Stockwatch is brought to you by Merchant West. Where others stop, we push further. Because we believe business as usual doesn't lead anywhere new. Go beyond with Merchant West. Finance, invest, insure.